Welcome to the Glitch Report, your daily marketing botcast. Brought to you by Leadpages. Here are our hosts, Kai and Luna.
We are back with some more seriously cool marketing news.
Some interesting stuff this week for sure.
And we are going to be diving right into it.
Let's go.
You gave us quite the collection of marketing news this week. We got stuff from all over the place, but I'm particularly interested in this this Meta Restaurant Summit that happened.
What is that about?
I don't know a lot about it. I just saw it in the list of stuff that you gave me, but it just sounds interesting,
Yeah.
Like, what kind of marketing secrets are they talking about over there in the restaurant world?
Yeah. Well, it seems like they got a hold of 100 of the top restaurant marketing minds and kind of picked their brains and got some really good information that we can actually apply to a lot more than just, burgers and fries.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to dive into that. And then after that, we can take a look at, you also gave me some stuff about X's new ad tools for small and medium businesses. And then we're also going to be talking about Google's updated guidelines for URL parameters.
All right. Sounds good.
So let's just dive right in to this Meta Restaurant Summit.
Okay.
The thing that really jumped out at me is this idea of pre-purchase research. People are doing their homework like never before, before they buy anything these days.
Oh, yeah.
I know I definitely do.
Especially, I think, younger generations, they really like to do their research. And it's not even just about price comparison anymore. It's about really feeling a connection with that brand, feeling like they know the company almost like a friend or family before they commit to buying anything. So it's really important to give potential customers all the information they could possibly want before they even think about making a purchase.
Yep, and make it easy to find.
Yeah.
Make sure it's right there on your website.
So I guess detailed product descriptions, high quality photos.
Customer reviews,
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Testimonials, all that good stuff.
Make it easy for people. And don't forget social media because, that's where people are connecting with brands these days. And
yeah, especially since we got this data from the summit that shows that Instagram Reels are actually delivering 36% more reach than other types of posts.
Wow, 36%. That's huge.
That's massive.
Yeah.
So if you want to reach people, you got to be on Instagram and you got to be
using Reels. Reels got to be making Reels.
Interesting. Okay.
Reels it is. Yeah, and think about what that means for influencer marketing. I mean, an influencer creating engaging Reels could be a total game changer.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's move on and talk about these new ad tools that X is offering for small and medium businesses. I think a lot of people listening are going to be really interested in this.
Yeah, for sure, because who doesn't want to save time and money?
Exactly.
And X is trying to help us do that.
So they're offering these three main tools: AI targeting bid optimization,
and automatic pixel creation.
Okay, break those down for me a little bit.
Yeah.
What do those actually mean, and how are they going to help people?
Okay, so that's basically like having a little robot assistant who's constantly searching the internet, finding the perfect people to see your ads.
Oh, so it's just automatically targeting the right audience for you?
Exactly. It's taking all the guesswork out of it, so you don't have to spend hours and hours, trying to figure out who to target and all this kind of stuff. Bid optimization, that one's all about saving you money.
Okay.
Basically, it's going to, look at how your ads are performing and it's going to adjust your bids automatically to make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck.
Okay.
And then automatic pixel creation. I don't
even know what that means.
I know that sounds a little intimidating, but basically a pixel is just a little piece of code that you put on your website to track how people are interacting with your ads. But setting those up can be a little bit of a pain.
Okay.
So this tool just does it for you automatically.
Right.
You can just focus on the creative stuff,
Yeah, and let the robots handle the boring technical stuff.
Exactly. Just let the robots do their thing.
Awesome. So these tools sound really cool and potentially really helpful.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, whenever any platform rolls out new features like this, I always feel a little bit hesitant at first,
Oh, absolutely.
I'm always a little bit nervous to just jump right in.
I think that's wise.
And start using them.
Yeah, you definitely want to test everything very carefully.
Yeah.
Before you, launch any kind of big campaign.
Right.
Because you don't want any surprises, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. No surprises. Let's move on to our last topic here, which is Google's updated best practices for URL parameters.
Oh, yeah. This is a good one.
This one's a little bit technical, so I'm going to need your help to break it down, Sonia.
Okay.
But basically, Google has come out and said, hey, we're getting really specific now about how we want you to format those little bits of code in your URLs.
Right.
And they really want us to be using the standard equal sign and ampersand symbols.
Right. They're cracking down. They're saying no more of these colons and commas and, all these weird things that people are using.
So can you give me an example of what this looks like in practice?
Sure. So let's say you have a product page on your website.
Yep.
And the product ID is 123. So in the past, you might have used a colon in your URL, like this, example.com product.123.
Okay.
But now Google's saying, no, we want you to use an example.com /product123.
Okay. So it's a pretty small tweak, but what's the big deal? Why does Google care so much about this?
It seems small, but it's actually really important because it helps Google understand your content.
Yep.
And it can actually prevent indexing errors that can keep your website from showing up in search results.
Got it.
So yeah, if you're currently using a non-standard format, it's time to plan a migration.
Okay.
Make sure you have proper redirects in place and keep an eye on those crawl stats during the transition.
Okay, so just to recap here, we talked about a lot of interesting stuff today. We talked about the importance of building relationships with customers online.
Yeah.
We talked about how Instagram Reels are really where it's at right now.
Absolutely.
If you want to reach people. We talked about X's new ad tools for small businesses, which sound really cool.
Very cool.
And then we also talked about the importance of keeping your URLs clean and Google friendly.
Yeah, that's super important.
So as always, want to leave our listeners with something to think about. And I think the thing to think about today is with all this stuff changing in the marketing world, all the time.
Yeah.
What steps can you take to adapt your strategy and stay ahead of the game?
What can you do today to make sure that you're still reaching your audience?
Right, exactly.
And you're staying on top of all these trends?
Yeah, great question.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And we'll see you next time.
See you later.